Good morning, good evening, whenever or wherever you're watching this. On this episode of Outdoor Zombies, I will be going through my pack list for an upcoming late fall canoe camping trip. Stay tuned. Okay, so let's get started. So I'm going to break this down into different sections. So I'm going to bring my Trangia stove. I have a review on this. You can check out the link at the end of the video. I did a boil test. Wasn't bad. I mean, for an alcohol-based system. I just want to bring it out because I want to use it. I have other stove options I could take with me, my BioLite and several gas stoves, but this will be the one for this trip. Now, because this doesn't come with its own windscreen, I have one. I could use tin foil, but since weight is not a big issue, and I like this one, I've used this before, piece of metal, and less chance for it to blow over. So just put that around the stove. I'm good to go. So yeah, and I'm going to bring the entire container of fuel. I'm not going to use it all, but I drink a lot of coffee, so I mean, you know, 5-6 cups a day. Yeah, I should cut down. But so I'll be using a lot of fuel, and I don't know how much this thing is going to use out there. So there's my stove system that I'll be taking with me. The next very critical thing, and I've said this in previous videos, is my coffee system. I can't say enough about this because if I didn't have coffee out there, I don't know how I'd survive. So this is a nice little GSI coffee filter. Just pop it on, ba-boom, boom, boom. Put my coffee in there. Boil up my hot water, pour it in, pop it off, and this weighs nothing. So there's my coffee system. That should be a section of its own, shouldn't it? And then my fancy dancy dollar store kind of spork gets the job done. This I don't take backpacking, but is my bowl, collapsible Tupperware bowl. Could take something else, but why not? And I'm taking my GSI cutting board just because I haven't used it yet, and I'm going to cut something up. Yes, sir. And it weighs nothing. And my spices, I don't have my hot pepper flakes with me, but I mean, I like spicy food. It pretty much doesn't matter what I'm eating. I have to have it spicy. So got my ground black pepper. So that's my cooking / eating setup. I don't have the food in here because I'm not bringing any food. Underling is going to bring the food, so I don't know what he's going to bring. I brought up last time. So I'm good for the food. I don't need to really show you that. It's I'm not sure what he's going to bring. Okay, so this is this part. We're going to go on now to what blades I'm going to bring with me. Okay, so let's get on to the knife section. To start with, I'm going to bring that. That's getting replaced. This is junk. I won't get to the store to pick up a knife that I want in time for the trip. This will have to do. It's kind of a multi-tool sort of. I mean, I don't need a corkscrew, but you know, it needs sharpening big time, which I'll talk about in a moment. So it has all the basic stuff. Wow, it actually has scissors. I'm not going to open it. So there, knife. I'm not doing reviews on this stuff, so I'm not going to spend too much time chit-chatting about them. Knife. Next thing I'm going to bring is my Ontario Knife Company Spec Plus SP19. Then I'm going to bring, now I know what you're thinking at this moment, let me finish. Then I'm going to bring my Ontario Knife Company Marine Raider. Not done yet. Then my Cold Steel Kukri machete. Why am I bringing all these knives? Why? It's insane. I'll tell you why. I'm picking up, you know, I have to have something to do out there since, like I said, weight is not a super big issue. There for 3 days in the same camp. Need something to do, so I'm picking up tomorrow, or before I go. Hey, I might even have a chance to replace that knife. I'll do a review on the knife that I do get later. But anyways, I'm going to pick up the Lansky sharpening system, so I can sharpen my knives while I'm out there. Gives me something to do and to put a nice edge on them. So that's my, well, actually I forgot one more thing. Now you're wondering, what the hell is he doing? Well, I don't know. I'm going to bring this out because it's a good fire stoke. It never gets used around here. So I'm going to bring, I love canoe / car camping because you just get to be totally insane about the stuff you bring. It's fun, you know, I'm having fun with it. So anyways, I'll bring that with me too. The knife system. Next up on the list is clothing. Now I'm not going to go through some of the stuff that should be obvious to bring with you on especially a canoe camping trip, like several pairs of socks. All this stuff, by the way, will get sealed in watertight stuff sacks. So I'm not going to go through that, and underwear and t-shirts. I'm just going to be quick. Basically, for my feet, what are they? Well, you know what they are. They're wool liners for winter boots. No, I'm not wearing winter boots, and I wear these when I sleep. Just put them on my feet, and I tell you, toasty warm. So I use those for sleeping. And then I have my main coat is my down-filled MEC vest. Nice and warm. My toque, and I have gloves, just not within reach. I do have a pair of flannel, kind of like cat hair infested pants. Wear those while sleeping, or just wear them as a part of my undersystem. So that's my basic clothing. I do have footwear. Just give me one moment. So around the campfire, I usually wear these, and you can tell I wear them around the campfire, right? And then my low-cut hikers. They're, to be honest with you, if you're familiar with that name brand, these are more work boots than hiking boots. You know, not a steel. I don't think they use steel in these anymore. It's just a hardened toe, hardened bottom. They were on sale. They were cheap, and yeah, they work for me. So that's my foot system, my basic clothing system. And so now let's go on to water. Okay, so my water system. Well, first off, my Nalgene water bottle. Don't leave home without it. Got my masking tape. Pretty straightforward. And then my water filtration system. Now we have 3 different ways, actually 4 different ways we're going to deal with water, since I'm going with, I'm not going solo. I have my water filtration system. Underling has his, plus we have water purification tablets, plus if all else fails, then we have, we can boil water. So let's take a quick look at this. I'm not doing a review on it because I already have done one, but I'll just pop it out. I have my collapsible Seattle Sports bucket for gathering water. It's just a lot easier than sitting by the lake and pumping the water. I just fill this up. I think it's like 12 liters. And fill it up, hang it from a tree, and when I'm ready to filter more water, I just take it directly out of the bucket. So that's that. Then I have my MSR MiniWorks water guy. I bring coffee filters to put on the end of this just to help preserve the ceramic filter and extend the life of it. So there's my water filtration system. And my water tablets. Well, not much to see there, folks. There's the water setup. Now let's move on to how I'm going to see at night. Okay, so my lighting system. Well, first thing, I will bring my Ultrafire headlamp. That's about 600 lumens. I'm not doing a review. Just very quickly. Uses the 18650 battery system. So that's my primary light. My backup light is a Cree XML T6. This uses 2 18650 batteries. Okay. Then for I will bring 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 extra batteries. I usually use one of these per night for one of these. I always have it on. I'm always doing something. I always have this running at night. I don't need to, but that's why I'm going to bring the extra battery. So 3 of these are for the headlamp. So there's actually 4 batteries because there's a battery already in this. And then 2 of them are for the flashlight. Now, what happens if all this gets wrecked? We go overboard or whatever. Well, I'm hoping that doesn't happen. If it does, then I have my candle lantern. It certainly won't replace these, but it'll do 2 things. It will give me light, it will give me heat, and if I have to, I can actually, it'd probably take well over an hour, but I could boil water on this, right on that surface. And these are waterproof, windproof, they're stormproof matches. You light them and they won't go out until they'll burn for about 10 seconds. You can even, while they're burning, you can even dunk them in water and they'll continue to burn. So primary, secondary, backup lighting system. So let's go take a look now at the first aid system. Okay, so this is going to be, I'm just going to combine first aid with fire because I have a review on this pack. You can go back and look at it, but my first aid stuff is in here. Actually, I have another backup light here. And my fire starting kit is all in here. It consists of lighters, magnifying glass, flint and steel, and yeah, so I'll have fire starting set up. So will Underling, and he'll also have a first aid kit that's more extensive than this one here. This is really not much. So that's first aid and fire. Now shelter. Okay, for this part of the video, it's going to be really quick. This is not complete, obviously. This is my tarp. Obviously, I'm going to have more than this, or I hope it's obvious. So I got, I could just have the tarp and sleep on the ground and make a lean-to, but no. I'll have my winter DIY hammock, which if I get a chance, I'll set it up out in the living room and just quickly go over it. My winter sleeping bag, and yeah, so that's my shelter setup. And next, let's go on to electronics. Now, electronics. Where can I start? Well, first off, I have my transistor radio. I like calling it transistor radio. It sounds so old school, doesn't it? So I got AM, FM on there. I can get weather reports. And my cheapo MP3 player. Now, I did a mod on a in-car Sirius satellite receiver, and this is what we have. Cool or what? Messy but cool. I love Sirius satellite radio, and I know that you can buy portable units, but I already had this extra one, and I said, why not? Why not? So I'm not doing a review on this, but you can see I got it inside here. I can plug in the antenna, external speakers, which brings me to this. Lithium ion powered. So I can plug the speakers in there. Now, how do I power this? 18650 battery. Boom, into there. I have an extra one just in case. So there's my entertainment package. Sirius satellite radio. Love Talk radio. That's my big reason for bringing that. So that's that. The next thing is, goes without saying, my watch. And now, to document, I always, as it's probably obvious, but I always document my my trips out into the woods. I normally bring, when I'm backpacking, my Canon Vixia, little small portable camcorder. But since I'm canoe camping and I can take the extra weight, I'm going to bring Big Daddy. My Canon 3 Ti with its kick-ass Rokinon lens and tripod. I'm not going to show you the tripod. But I like taking this on trips like this for two reasons. Number one, I can take really good stills. And number two, this takes awesome video. And I just like taking it. Okay, so where am I? Yeah. As you can see, I have my camera. Can you see my camera? Yeah, the setup I have here is I got my floodlights right over my desk, camera pointing straight down, which is probably obvious. And in any case, thanks for tuning in. I'm sure I'm going to have a good weekend camping, knock on wood. And I'll have a video for next week on my adventures. But in the meantime, I'm looking to really build my channel. So if you aren't currently subscribed, if you could go ahead and do so by clicking the subscribe button around there somewhere. Share it is an awesome one too, because then of course people will get to see my videos and maybe they'll subscribe. And if you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Looking for your comments as well. Anyways, thanks a lot and happy trails.